Apple was preparing to take a bold step forward with the iPhone 17 Air, a completely portless design. But just when it seemed like this futuristic shift was happening, new regulations changed everything, forcing Apple to rethink its approach. Over the years, Apple has made major adjustments to its iPhone lineup. The mini variant was replaced by the Plus, and now a Plus model is being phased out for the all-new iPhone 17 Air. Apple designed this phone to be the thinnest iPhone ever, aiming for a sleek and lightweight feel. The idea of a portless iPhone has been discussed for a long time. Apple moved in that direction when it removed the headphone jack and introduced MagSafe charging. However, instead of eliminating ports completely, they kept wired charging, adapters, and dongles as an option. According to reports, Apple originally wanted to launch the iPhone 17 Air without any charging port at all. So why did they change their mind? The European Union played a big role in this decision. After already forcing Apple to switch from Lightning to USB-C, the EU could have introduced even more legal challenges if Apple released a phone without any physical charging option. Rather than risking complications, Apple decided to keep a charging port on this model. Another significant change came with the display size. Apple initially planned for the iPhone 17 Air to have a 6.9-inch screen, making it the biggest non-Pro iPhone to date. But concerns about durability led them to reduce the size to around 6.6 inches. A thinner phone with a larger display might have been more prone to bending, similar to what happened with the iPhone 6 Plus. Apple wanted to avoid that problem, so they adjusted the dimensions to ensure better durability. Despite these changes, the iPhone 17 Air still has some impressive features. One of the biggest upgrades is the battery. Apple is using a high-density battery, allowing for great battery life, even with the phone's slimmer build. This means users can enjoy a lightweight device without having to worry about charging it constantly. In terms of performance, the iPhone 17 Air will be powered by Apple's 19 chip. While it won't be as powerful as the chips in the Pro models, it is still expected to deliver smooth and efficient performance. Another major upgrade is Apple's decision to use its own cellular modem instead of relying on Qualcomm. This change could improve network efficiency and give Apple more control over connectivity and power consumption. One surprising detail about this phone is the camera setup. Instead of multiple rear cameras like most phones in its price range, Apple is reportedly going with just a single rear camera, similar to the iPhone 16e. Some might see this as a step backward, but Apple's software enhancements could still make this camera capable of taking high-quality photos. Given Apple's history of optimizing camera performance, this single-lens setup might still impress users. Leaked images suggest that the iPhone 17 Air will have a noticeably different design compared to previous iPhones. Some say it even resembles Google's Pixel devices. Whether that's a good or bad thing depends on personal preference, but it's clear that Apple is trying a fresh look for this model. While the iPhone 17 Air didn't turn out to be the portless device Apple originally envisioned, it still brings a unique combination of features. A slim design, long-lasting battery, Apple's own modem, and a fresh approach to design make it an interesting option for those looking for something different. Now, the big question, was Apple right to delay the portless transition? Some believe the technology isn't quite ready, while others think Apple should have pushed forward. One thing is certain. Apple still have plans for a portless future, but for now, regulations have forced them to put that vision on hold. Would you prefer a fully wireless iPhone, or do you think having a charging port is still necessary? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech updates. The upcoming Pixel 10 series has been generating a lot of excitement, but a new leak suggests the performance might not meet expectations. Google's Tensor G5 processor, which was expected to bring a significant boost, might not be much different from its predecessor, the Tensor G4. This is surprising, considering Google is designing the chip completely in-house for the first time. Many had hoped this would allow the company to compete with Apple's A-series chips and Qualcomm's Snapdragon processors. However, new reports indicate that the improvements may not be as impressive as anticipated. For years, Google's Tensor chips have been produced by Samsung Foundry, incorporating elements from Samsung's Exynos processors. While Google has made customizations, Tensor chips have struggled to match the performance and efficiency of flagship competitors. That's why the decision to develop the Tensor G5 from the ground up was seen as a major step forward. Moving away from Samsung's technology and manufacturing processes, Google aimed to create a chip optimized for its Pixel devices, focusing on AI performance and power efficiency. A key change with the Tensor G5 is its production shift to TSMC, the world's most advanced contract chip manufacturer. Unlike the Tensor G4, which was built on Samsung's 4nm process, the G5 will be produced using TSMC's third-generation 3nm process, N3P. This transition should, in theory, result in a more powerful and energy-efficient chip. On paper, it seems like a great move. TSMC has a strong reputation for making high-performance, power-efficient chips, which is why companies like Apple and Qualcomm also rely on them. With these upgrades, many expected the Tensor G5 to offer a significant leap in performance. Google appeared to be taking all the right steps, switching manufacturers for better chip quality, upgrading to a more advanced fabrication process, and designing the processor independently rather than relying on Samsung's Exynos architecture. But according to a leak from a Chun, the 8888, the Tensor G5 may end up performing at a level similar to the Tensor G4, with the only real difference being the shift in manufacturing from Samsung to TSMC. If this information is accurate, it would be disappointing for those who were expecting a substantial improvement in speed, efficiency, and AI capabilities. Another potential concern is the reported use of Universal Flash Storage, UFS 3.1, while other flagship smartphones are moving toward UFS 4.1. The older storage standard could result in slower read and write speeds, which might lead to longer app and game loading times compared to other high-end devices. This could put the Pixel 10 at a disadvantage, especially when competing against premium smartphones offering the latest technology. On top of that, leaked images of the Pixel 10 Pro XL suggest that its design will closely resemble the Pixel 9 Pro XL with no major aesthetic changes. If the leaks about both the processor and design turn out to be accurate, some users may decide to skip upgrading this year and wait for the next generation instead. Many Pixel fans were hoping for a significant step forward, but without noticeable performance gains or a fresh design, it might be harder to justify an upgrade. Of course, benchmarks and leaks don't always tell the full story. Google might have software optimizations planned that could enhance AI performance and efficiency. Real-world usage could paint a different picture, and Google may still have some surprises in store. However, if these leaks turn out to be true, the Pixel 10 might not deliver the leap forward that many had anticipated. Would you still consider upgrading to the Pixel 10 if the Tensor G5 doesn't show a significant boost in power? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this update helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates on the latest tech news. Apple is keeping it on even the thinnest model signals that remains a priority for future iPhones. These leaks also highlight Apple's strategy in creating different models to suit various users. The iPhone 17 Air will likely attract those who prefer a lightweight, ultra-slim design, while the Pro models might appeal to users looking for better battery life and camera performance. By offering different sizes and features, Apple ensures that there's a model to match different preferences and needs. As always, it's important to take these leaks with some caution, as things can still change before the official announcement. However, if these details hold true, we can expect a thinner Air model, a thicker Pro lineup, and MagSafe staying around for another generation. What are your thoughts on these potential changes? Do you prefer a super thin phone, or would you rather have a thicker model with better battery life? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this update useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech news.